Ready, and action. What line? I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Okay.
Based on the true story.
What is the line?
Of one movie so bad.
Action. I did not hit her. Okay. Line.
It became infamous.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Take 67. I hit her. No. You want to change it? Okay, man. We'll get there. Action. 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 Say out loud. I can't hear it in here. Say action so I can hear her. Okay.
Disaster artist.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Coming soon.
Ready? And
So that was our reaction to the Disaster Artist. For me, it was a complete non-reaction. I hadn't seen the trailer yet.
Some of you all watch are probably like, what the heck is Liz?
So that is why we are now going to explain to you. So this movie is based on a book that was written by this guy who was in the movie The Room, which is considered to be one of, if not the worst movie ever made. But it has a reputation for being so bad it's good. And yes, we have seen the movie, and yes, it is so bad it's good. It is laugh out loud hilarious. It is a ride.
We even saw it with the Riff Tracks guys doing commentary over it.
Yeah, we saw the special event for Select Theaters for a limited time. Or actually, it was one night only. And if you've never watched The Room, I highly recommend it. You'll have a blast with it because it is terrible in all of the right ways. It is a hoot. It's like Batman or Robin or the Super Mario Brothers or Howard the Duck or Troll 2. It's bad in that way, and the way those movies were. And the movie was actually an indie film, but surprisingly enough, it's one of the most expensive indie films ever made. I think it cost about,
I think it's $65 million, if I'm not mistaken.
$65 million, yeah. Now, Greg, you might think that's not a lot of money, but for an indie film, that kind of is. Especially one like this, where when you watch, you're like, where did that money go? Where did the money go? Where did the money go? Because you don't know where the money went when you watch it. That's the main thing. You're wondering. And it was made by this guy named Tommy Wiseau. Not a real well-known guy. He's only made maybe two other movies besides this one, and they're all made by his company, his independent company, Wiseau Films. And I don't know where he's from. He's from some foreign country, but no one seems to know where though. Most people that talked about the movie don't seem to know. And James Franco is playing him in this movie. Seth Rogen appears to be playing one of the cameramen maybe.
I'm not sure he's playing Greg Sestero.
Yeah, Greg Sestero is the one that wrote the book about the movie, and talked about how it was one of the weirdest movies ever to forget. And people always called the movie the Citizen Kane about filmmaking. And of course, if Citizen Kane is considered to be the greatest movie of all time by many people. It's number one on the AFI list of 100 greatest movies of all time. And Citizen Kane was directed by Orson Welles, and he also starred in it, produced it, wrote it, and even did a lot of the music for it. Well, Tommy Wiseau did all of that for The Room too, except the music, except that. So that's why it's called the Citizen Kane about filmmaking, because of that reason. Because it's like the star did everything with this one, just like how Orson Welles did everything with Citizen Kane. Except Citizen Kane was a great movie, and this was a terrible movie.
Tommy hit it wrong, everywhere, but in all the best ways.
And Orson Welles hit everything right with Citizen Kane. And that's the other reason why it's like Citizen Kane, because it's like Citizen Kane, like I said, kind of hit everything right. And this movie kind of hit everything wrong, but in all the best ways, to where it's one of the most fun movies to watch. I mean,
there are some movies that are bad and they're just bad. You don't want to sit through them.
But this one, like, you'll have a wonderful time if you watch it. I promise. You'll have a wonderful time.
A midnight screening if you've never seen it before, because everyone will be yelling at the screen and having a good time. You probably won't be able to hear anything.
Yeah, because people openly make fun of it when they see it, because that's kind of the point of the movie. That's kind of what we're supposed to do. And of course, Tommy Wiseau kind of claims that he meant to be that way. He said it's supposed to be a dark comedy, but no, I think it's just a really poorly written drama, though. It came off as a comedy.
I think it's a poorly written drama.
And
I know you're watching my leg right now, and I'm sitting here kind of poking at my leg.
I don't really have any predictions based on, because if you see in the movie, you know how it plays out. But I don't know everything about what went down on set. But it's funny. See, the Tommy Wiseau kept forgetting his lines. He wrote the script. He couldn't remember his own line. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. And they did over 65 takes for that line, which, by the way, is the most poorly acted line in the whole movie, and also
probably the most
hilarious and ironic and awkward. Well, next to the fire shop scene. I mean, it's iconic because everybody remembers that scene, but everybody also really remembers the fire shop scene too. And actually, that's on YouTube, and I'd highly recommend, after watching this video, to just go on YouTube
Google the flower shop
and type
scene.
the fire shop scene. It's one of the most awkward scenes that you ever see from the movie, and that gives you a pretty good perspective of what this movie is like. So if you don't have anything else to add, I guess we'll wrap it up. I mean, because there's not really any prediction. We kind of did the breakdown. The trailer this is kind of a breakdown too, and the breakdown was just kind of in the trailer, you see them go through that one scene, and they're not getting it right, and of course this was just a teaser, and that's kind of what we'll probably see a lot of in the movie.
There's a documentary that came out recently called The Room Full of
Screens. And there's a documentary that came out about recently too, and you can watch that one as well. We haven't seen it yet, but we'll definitely try to watch it though. But yeah, it's so funny though. They made a movie based on a book about to make a movie though. But that's pretty fun. It's pretty funny to begin a movie like this. Anything else you want to add?
Well, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, because I said The Room is just that I first discovered it one night on Adult Swim. They were showing this thing, didn't really know what it was, but
Adult Swim on Cartoon Network was showing it as April Fool's Day joke, because they have to do April Fool's Day jokes every year, and then it kind of became a tradition for 3 years for them to show it every year, and then of course Nostalgia Critic, I love his videos. He did a really funny review of it, and Greg, I can't pronounce his last name.
Greg Sestero.
Greg Sestero, yeah, who plays the character Mark, one of the main characters in the movie. Without giving too much about the movie away, who wrote the book that this movie is based on. About the making of the movie, because at this point it's getting confusing. I feel like I'm rambling, but he actually credits both Cartoon Network and Nostalgia Critic for getting the movie more popular, and also making him more popular. I think he even appeared in another video that they did. They kind of made his career, quote unquote, if you want to call it that, because he's done a whole lot.
Yeah, I think that there are a lot of screenings where a lot of the cast members still come. Greg will be there, and Tommy will be there. A lot of actors seem to come there to the screen sometimes, and yeah. It's just that movie. You just got to see it to believe it. You really have to. I highly recommend it. I just don't recommend it. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Yeah, this is one of the rare times where you're going to see us highly recommending a movie that's absolutely terrible, and we openly admit it's absolutely terrible and agree that it's absolutely terrible. This is going to be the rare occasion where you're going to see us doing that. But yeah, as for this movie, though, this movie looks like it's going to be interesting too. And I'm looking forward to it. And with that being said, as usual, you've watched another episode of FunSmiths International. Feel free to subscribe if you like, comment if you like, dislike. Tell us if you like the video, if you good what we said, and tell us what are some movies that you think are so bad they're good. Some movies that are kind of guilty pleasures for you. We named a couple of them. Tell us about some other ones that maybe we didn't mention. And with that being said, good night, everybody.